Hello, movie lovers. Today, I will explain a 2011 Thai drama film called The Billionaire. So, friends, get ready for spoilers ahead. Jump to the explanation. At the beginning of this movie, we see Tom, a Cambridge schoolboy who is not so good at studies but addicted to playing computer games. Even though he and his friends keep playing video games in the classroom, he wins a lot of money from this game and lives the life of Ayashi. Here, he takes a credit card from his butler and connects it to his game, and in this way, he manages to win a lot of money, so he goes and buys a battery car. In Maxi, when he reaches school in his car, he is called to the office. His teacher asks him to bring his parents, but he also suggests that he will donate them to the new school instead of calling them. Hearing this, the teacher tells him that he cannot bribe the school, and at the same time, he starts getting angry at him and asks him why he cannot graduate like a raw student. When Tom comes out after college, many students gather near his car and start getting jealous of seeing him, but he ignores them and takes his girlfriend's lane from there. In the evening, he buys food and starts walking around the city in the car so that when he comes home too late, his parents are waiting for him to come home. His dad starts scolding him for buying a new car and tells him that he will soon be back if he continues to waste money like this. But he tells them that this money was his own, which he earned from a different game. Hearing this, his dad gets angrier, and he tells Tom that he should take his studies seriously in response to this game. Otherwise, he should also be ready for such consequences. Saying this, they leave from there. After they leave, he starts playing the game again. His addiction to playing games has been going on for many years, and now the time comes when he has to go the way, but his admission to Goa is rejected. But still, he does not take this thing seriously and goes to buy a PlayStation so that he can continue his addiction to playing his games. When he comes home after buying a PlayStation and DVD player, he encounters his parents, who ask him about the admission of Rovers. He tells them that he has admission to a private university, which is not so expensive. After that, his father tells him he should attend community college. Because his father knew he would not study and could not waste his money on games. Hearing this, he tells them he has his own money and can play for himself. After this, Tom's father goes to his wife, and she starts appreciating that he should let her have private fun. Seeing them separated, he goes to his room to play video games. But then he finds out that his account was deleted. Afterward, he goes to the electronic shop again, buys the DVD from there at a very discount, and goes home and shows it to his mother. That DVD is about to start its bed, but before he puts it, one of the DVD players breaks down, and he returns to the shop. But the shopkeeper tells him there is no guarantee of a DVD, which is why it is so cheap, and he should have known about it. Why did you go? What was this? Hearing this, Tom gets angry, and he breaks the mirror by hitting the DVD player on the mirror table of the shop, due to which the shopkeeper also slaps him. But before he beats him anymore, he runs away from there. In the next scene, when he is going home, he offers to give his father a lift. Here, his father tells him that doing business is not an easy task, after which he gives him some money so that he can study wherever he wants. But Tom says that he is not their employee, and his father takes the money back, but then he steals his father's locket from the house and sells it at a shop. In return, he receives $58,000, which he takes to school. But he still did not look too serious at school and skipped class. After which, he goes to a market. He bought the chair-making machine from here, where a different machine was being sold. He is told that this machine has come for the first time in this country, which was imported from Japan, and this machine was also costly, but when he reaches home, his father starts getting angry at him and tells him that he could have bought this machine from the market at a lower price. The next day, he goes straight from school to a man selling chestnuts and starts asking about processing technology again. After this, he also goes to some other people to make a mistake in a pot, comes home, applies all those techniques, and makes the best snacks. And when he completes his first batch, he asks Doval to test them. After this, he goes to his mother, whom she finds delicious. Now, he buys a stall for himself in the mall, where there are many other shops, so his butler works together on the first day. But that's why he asks you why they are getting so low. His butler says that he cannot voice them so much like other celebs because he has not lived with his grandparents. So now they start making a sound of the heart. After that, he goes to a local market where he meets the line. The two of them start talking there for a while, and then he gets a call from his butler, who tells him that his business is still not doing well while the rest of the shop is packed with customers. When he returns after being a bowler, the line becomes special and asks him who he is talking to. Bob tells him that he was talking to Tuan and he does not need to worry about this, but the shop sees some people doing it by donating there, so he gets an idea after seeing this. He returns to the mall and tells the manager that he wants to move his stall, but he threatens to leave the stall if the manager does not permit him to do so. The manager tells him that he can do this if he wants, but he will not get any refund for this, and all this was written in his contract. Then he tells him that due to which item the transport will be free, and if he wants to book that place, he will have to sign a new contract today, and he will easily withdraw his rate there. When another friend gets a call in class, he leaves his exam, takes the toughness in the bag, and reaches the mall, where he becomes pleased to see many people in his stall. Here Vote tells Wong that I should open more browsers too, so you advise him to run a little slower. But now, why would it happen, he had also decided. So whenever he opens a new stall. When he meets Lin, he starts getting angry because he does not know anything about him, and someone else has told him about his business. In Maxi, Burger tells Top that his stall is damaging the mall because the sales were completely yellow due to smoke. The manager tells him that if he cannot fix it, his short term will be suspended. He gets fixed with her and starts painting Bill's feelings with Tuan. The mall administration asks him to paint at night so the customer is not disturbed. Now, he starts painting the sequence with his mother at night. Just now, he was painting when the security guard came there and asked him to leave because the wire given to him had already been done. On which he gave some money to the security guard and asked him for some donations and more. But the security guard refuses to take the money and asks her to help teach him discipline, and he asks him to leave everything there and leave. Here, his mother tells him he should apply for a passport, but he refuses and says he has time now and will fix this problem in the morning. But then his mother tells him that she will migrate from here to China because she has paid a lot of loans. Hearing this, he gets angry and asks why he does not know anything about this or whether he is also a part of this family. He asks about 7 to 10 and tells them his business is doing well. So he will double it, but his mother cries and asks him to go with them so they can at least stay together. In the next scene, when he is sitting in the passport office, he suddenly gets up from there, comes to his parents, and tells them that he wants to stay here and study. After this, his parents decide to go to China without him and, on the one hand, advise him to leave his business and start going to school. The next morning, he also reaches the mall to complete the painting work, but even then, the manager tells him that he cannot give his permission to a friend, and he tags his shortcut and closes all his branches. When he was lying in his house, he saw a lady outside who was to read something from his door. Tom comes out to see him, and it is clear it was a backup notice from the court. Now, he angrily crashes his closer. Man, he saw it again when he was walking around the market. He immediately hugs her and starts crying but asks her to leave the business and go to school, and she also promises to help him get admission, on which the top hits. In Maxi, both sit in the car and start eating CVs, which her girlfriend brought from home. He gets a car while eating and, this time, starts a business of the same weight. It decides. After marriage, he does a lot of sequences, after which he starts reading more often. Here, they start trying to create a bus base using different techniques, but then their CVs run out, and you ask them to bring more CVs because they have not been able to make a bus product so far. So he sells his computer and some other gadgets to buy a CV. Then he gets a late call from his crush, which reminds him that today is still the last day of registration at the university. So he reaches there on time and gets his registration done. In the evening, he reaches home very fast and asks his partner from there, but he does not get any response, so he starts looking for him. After a while, he was lying unconscious, and blood was flowing from his head. So he immediately picks him up, brings him to the hospital, and starts waiting for him in any of the waiting areas. Fortunately, Turin's life is saved, and will be discharged in a few days. It is said that now he brings CVS wheat fry for him. He liked the CVS fry very much, meaning he had just managed to make the product, so now he could sell it. Within a few days, he starts his business, and as soon as he starts the sewage business, he gets a call for the help of Topcoat, who wishes him a happy birthday. After this, she asks to talk to her father, who tells her he should study much better to call her for a match from the bag. Sahir, father asks to tell about his fear of coats. At first, he refuses to tell about it, but after both of them make a lot of noise, he finally agrees and tells him that he has to pay $1 million. On hearing this, Tom is shocked and comes home, and he gets a second court notice there. Due to this, he became more upset and did not understand how he would pay such a high loan. Now he knows about 7-Eleven, which used to buy goods selling work nationwide. The next day, he reaches the company's office with the film and starts waiting for his love for the meeting. Even then, the director came there and asked him to leave her product there because she was about to leave for another meeting. The friend wanted him to be able to present his product well, but the tour could not give him more than 10 minutes. So, after checking his packets, she rejects him and tells him how many pots he has and that it is also expensive for them. So when he reaches home, Tom's girlfriend waits for him there and starts complaining about why he does not tell her about his problem, and she could help him with anything. But Tom did not say anything and started getting angry at her. After he leaves her there, goes inside, and locks the door, he comes near there and starts crying and tells him what a strange person he is because his girlfriend wanted to do it in his house. She fought with him. He tells her that she should not have support and that everything will be fine soon. The next morning, he redesigns his packages and returns them to the 7-Eleven company's office. But even after waiting all day, he is not able to meet fear, due to which he gets a lot of support, and as soon as he leaves, he gives all the packets of weight to the security guard, or he sits at the bus stop outside the company and calls his mom and tells that nothing is going into his favor and his product is constantly being rejected. On the other hand, his CVs were distributed to everyone in the company's office, who liked them very much. Whenever he gets a call from the company, he gets excited that his short was approved. Even then, the director tells him that his product will be put up for sale in their magazines and branches. At the same time, she also asks him to deliver his product on time and tells him that the same product will be accepted by those who pass the B inspection test, which means that he also needed a lot of money to deliver his first order, so he sells his car. He still couldn't get some money but couldn't get the supply because the suppliers demanded more money from him, or he was distraught that he might fail this time. Still, Tuan tells him that no one knows what will happen tomorrow, so he should not be disappointed. The next day, he takes a shop van and prepares it for the sewer business. Soon, his inspection team also reaches there and tells him that they should bribe this team, but he refuses to do so and says that he wants to do everything properly this time. Here, the GMB team complains to them about cleanliness. But they do not do this and tell them they will fax their dossier to them, and then he promises to fix all the problems. When they receive a fax, they are happy to know they have passed this test. When Nat Seema was delivering the packages for the first time, the stock looked very scared, but today, she hugged her and said everything would be fine. After which we are shown the time after 2 years. We come to know that both of them had robbed their parents and now he lived with them in their old house, while his business had now spread all over the world and he had become the world's youngest billionaire. Thank you very much for watching this video.